Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is my good friend Lian Price. She is a certified trainer and nutrition specialist, and today we're going to be having another girl talk.
Woo woo! Thanks, Liz. I'm so excited to be here.
Yay! So, we are going to be diving deep into some of what you've experienced, how you got where you are today, and some of the challenges that you faced that really just like kind of cracked your back, literally.
Yes.
And the lessons you learned.
Great way to say it.
So if you've ever had an injury, that's what we're going to be talking about today. If you've ever had an injury or something just did not feel right in your body, I want to hear your story because you literally did break your back. And there were some gifts and lessons in that for you, but also obviously a very painful experience. So kind of tell the story of what happened and also how you got through it and what you would say for people out there as far as listening to your body and knowing when enough is enough.
The story of my back. So when I was 15, I went on a snowboarding trip in Vermont. I actually broke my hip during an accident snowboarding, and I didn't know it. I didn't go to the doctor.
This is so crazy. How do you break your hip and not know, you guys? This is crazy.
I had no idea that I felt like maybe I like bruised my tailbone really badly or like something was clearly wrong, but I went back to New Jersey and I played the rest of the basketball season, and then it just healed itself. Again, didn't know, was in a ton of pain, but I just kind of charged through. So I guess the first nugget that we'll explore more later is there's something to be said for listening to your body and taking a pause and seeking medical help when you feel a lot of pain, right? Yeah. Definitely a mentality with athletes, with that whole area of just like go, 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 perform, perform, perform. Like I basically had lower back pain all through the rest of high school, college, and I just dealt with it. I just lived my life. My attitude was like, well, I have pain. I'm not gonna like live a cool life and do cool stuff. So I would run the Tough Mudders and then strap on a pair of heels and go out afterwards. And I couldn't even stand up straight.
You wore heels with a broken hip?
Well, I mean,
whoa.
Yeah, I mean, it had healed by that point on its own, so that's the gnarly part. But I basically had a ton of pain because my left hip, a piece of it broke off, got absorbed by my body, and you can see in the x-rays that my poor body tried to heal itself, and it healed really gnarly. So because of that, my right side was compensating. So that's when like the pain originated and my spine kind of adjusted to like handle what was going on the left side, compensating on the right side. So I had a ton of back pain, and I still just did every sport I wanted to. I hiked, I rock climbed, more snowboarding, surfing I picked up when I moved out here, doing all the obstacle course races. I've been a certified personal trainer for 10 years. So of course, like in my mid and late 20s, I was like deadlifting 225 for 8 reps. I had to like show off. It was all ego, it was all just like my mind saying I had to push for that extra rep. I had to prove myself for what, right? So it progressively got worse and worse. I got into my 30s. I actually this is what the straw that broke the camel's back, or my back. I did a really like chill, kind of lame leg workout one day at the gym, and something like just like went off, and it was different than other times. I had other emergencies where it would flare up and I would just go to the chiropractor, we'd just work it out and get me back on my feet. This time it was different. I lost all feeling in my right leg. I became paralyzed, and I'm still in that mindset. I'm still not going to the doctor. I'm like
paralyzed?
I couldn't walk, yeah.
Whoa.
So, and it's really motivating to have a personal trainer on crutches, let me tell you. I do believe that you have 2 choices in life. You can laugh or cry, and I probably do a healthy dose of both. Yeah, so right now you're just...
We're in the laughing phase of this. Meanwhile, I'm gonna...
So, one fateful evening, I was trying to get my act together. I was like drinking wine. It was like a Tuesday, and I rarely ever drink, and like I drink like maybe once on a weekend. And I'm like trying to like get a buzz going so I can like get myself up to go train my next round of clients for the evening.
Wow.
And I'm like crawling, and then one of my, Mandy, one of my friends called me and was like, what's going on? And I explained it to her and she's like, you need to go to the emergency room now. Like, you haven't been like walking for like a month and a half at this point. So I went to the emergency room, and that is when, in my 30s, I saw the x-ray that showed me, oh, you broke your hip when you were 15 and you didn't know it. So,
15 years.
So they gave me a pair of crutches and lots of Percocets, and then another 2 months of me being stubborn and not like doing anything about it, and the pain just got worse and worse and worse, and it was to the point where, I don't know if you've ever experienced pain so bad that your mind is like it hurts to think.
Yeah.
Like this whole area was either numb or just like throbbing, and I was taking everything, I was going to every like healer, and nothing was working, so I ended up getting back surgery, and then ego still didn't learn my lesson, jumped back into working out too quickly, herniated my disc again.
Oh.
Got a second surgery.
Wow.
And so for the rest of my life, I only have about 25% of that brake pad. If you think of like a disc in your vertebrae being like a brake pad, I only have a little sliver of that for the rest of my life. So I don't get a third shot. Like the third time, I'm gonna have to fuse the disc. That means I won't be able to really lay on my stomach and a host of other things I'll be limited with. So that was like a real, I wish I could have said I got the wake-up call with the first invasive surgery, but I didn't, and I'm here to say, don't let the head always lead. Don't let the ego always lead. Don't always just be like, it says 12 reps on this workout, so I have to do 12 reps. If your back or some other part of your body is at 9 reps saying no more, then you stop on 9 reps and don't get OCD about it being an odd number or whatever. Yeah. I'm just, talking about what I used to think like.
Totally. Yeah, and it's funny because I don't know if everyone has that necessarily. Like, I know for me, I didn't grow up as an athlete. I grew up very lazy, sitting on the couch eating potato chips.
I doubt that. You're one of the least lazy people I know. But
now, but I had to learn that lesson the hard way.
Well, that's beautiful.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's like necessarily a common thing. However, what I noticed when I first got into fitness, I did the same thing, and I was gung ho, lady balls to the wall, like just all the way
lady
in.
balls, I love it.
And I ended up getting, the people that know this channel and who've been watching this channel for a long time, I ended up giving myself an overuse injury. And my sister also followed in my footsteps. She got an overuse injury, actually tore her hip labrum and had to get hip surgery at 22.
Oh my
So
gosh.
this is like obviously near and dear to our hearts. And to share the message of, yes, when you're learning or when you're just stepping into fitness, or maybe you have this mentality that it has to be an all or nothing type thing, that can be a really dangerous situation to put yourself in. Like literally dangerous. Like you are lining yourself up for debilitating injury long term. So what was the gift or what was the lesson in that? Like now being on the other side of it and being healthy and functional again, what did you learn and what would you share with people?
First of all, the most obvious gift is gratitude. I now am so thankful for things that I like took for granted, and I hate saying that, but I mean, I'm sure there are people who...
We all do. We do it.
We take walking with no pain for granted, and I don't do that anymore. If everything else is falling around me, I say, oh my gosh, I have my health. I have my 2 arms and my 2 legs. I can earn an income. I can put a roof over my head. I can take care of, what I need to take care of. That is incredible. To have your health, I mean, I'm not willing to sacrifice that for anything. No personal record at the gym or in a race or whatever. No like extra cut abs or extra whatever aesthetics that you're after. None of it's worth it, because having no pain and just being able to have freedom from pain it's the greatest gift ever. So that's the first biggest thing, is just having gratitude.
Amazing. I love that. And it's a great reminder for all of us, whether you have that situation or you're, sitting on the couch eating chips like I was. So there's one more thing I want to talk with you about, and then I have one final question that I ask all of the people that I bring on for Girl Talk. So we'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
The other thing that now that you've been in the fitness industry and you've been a nutrition specialist for so long, we were just having this conversation about how on social media, you can take a bold stance around something that you believe and have seen the benefits of or the drawbacks of, and sometimes be really super attacked. So if you're here to attack, I'm going to just let you, there's the door, okay? So let's keep this a safe
You can
space.
attack me, I'm tough. But she's a sweetheart. There's no reason to attack her. But come at me, bro. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry. I'm going into my aggressive pattern.
Careful what you wish for. So we were talking about nutrition and protein intake. So let's switch gears into that. So you have a very unique and interesting take on this, and I actually super align with what we were just talking about. So share with people what, when it comes to macronutrients, proteins, carbs, fats, what is your philosophy with nutrition, and how do you help coach people and teach people how to be eating wholesome foods that are nutrient dense in the right proportion for them? Like, what is your take on that?
That's a really great question, and thank you for asking about this. This is something I feel strongly on. Right now, there's like a very widespread popular belief system, and it's put in play by whoever the powers that be, or whoever you may think, different industries, but it's all about very high protein, very low carb. And then there's different schools of thought with regards to fat intake, and I believe moderation is a good thing to implement as far as fat goes. But the protein, carb ratios in your diet, I would encourage women listening to this to, and I've done it. I've done the super high protein. I'm sure you have, and the super low carb. We both competed, right? So that's what that whole lifestyle is about. What I found is, so more on the intangible side, I feel so much better over the years having more carbohydrates and lowering my protein intake. There's way less, and you can speak a little more because I think you're more knowledgeable on, there's way, there's a lower chance of different illnesses, diseases taking root if you don't go super high with your protein. An obvious one is like kidney stones, stuff like that. But what I kind of look at is, so why are we eating so much protein? Well, for gains, right? We want gains, and we want to be lean, and we want to feel satiated and all this stuff. Cool, no worries. So when an adult, when a grown man or a grown woman goes and does a workout for an hour and leaves the gym, even if they work out really, really hard, you're still an adult, so you're not growing as quickly as, let's say, a child or even an infant. So if you look at if I could steer you one direction, if you look at the macro breakdown, so macros are your proteins, your fats, and your carbohydrates. If you look at that breakdown of the percentages of those three elements in human breast milk, okay, so human breast milk I'm talking about because infants are the fastest growing of all humans, right? In any stage of development, we'll look at a baby as being the one that's most anabolic, the one that's growing the fastest, right? So if you look at their macro breakdown of their daily caloric intake, if it's coming from breast milk, human breast milk, it's only, there's different stats out there, but it's between 3 and 5% protein. So at the fastest growing point in your life, the most anabolic stage of your growth, only 3 to 5% of your total intake is coming from protein. Then what as grown adults are we thinking? Like, are we gonna grow our muscles that fast? No. So I would look to that and think about, is it possible to be lean still having carbohydrates? In my opinion, yes. I mean, this is what I do, and this is what I help my clients do as well, and we see great results by keeping your fat moderate, keeping your carbohydrates a little bit higher, because every single cell in your body runs on glucose. Your brain runs on glucose. And then your protein still needs to be there, but it doesn't need to be as high as I think, like the 1 gram per pound of body weight. I mean, this is nuts.
It's a lot of protein. There's a lot of protein, yeah. And a great book, if you're interested in reading more about this, is The China Study. My sister, Sarah, if you guys remember her, she's gone now, but
we love Sarah.
We love Sarah.
She's awesome.
She recommended that to me years ago, and it totally transformed the way that we both eat. Because the other thing too is people forget that plant-based foods have protein in them naturally as part of a full panel of nutritional density of vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients,
your
fiber,
micronutrients,
water, all the things. And even vegetables have a small amount of protein in them. So if you're eating a mostly plant-based diet, and you're getting that moderation with healthy fats, good carbs. Because there's good carbs, and then there's like questionable carbs. You know what I mean?
White sugar is not a good carb. But I'm a fan of fruit. I mean, to your point, 2 grams of protein in one banana, one medium-sized banana. There's 28 grams of protein in a watermelon. Are they complete proteins? No, but as Liz said, part of your complete diet. You know, you're going to get all your macro and micronutrients in if you focus more towards a plant-based diet. You know, if the majority of your intake is coming from whole, original, unprocessed, unadulterated foods that grew out of the ground or fell off a tree, you're going to be in good. You're gonna be good.
So yeah,
and lots of water.
Moderation is key, obviously, and find what works for you. But this is one approach that I definitely align with, and I think is super important to at least give it a shot and see how your body responds. That's always the best way when you're testing nutrition, is see how your body responds. And if they're interested in that, where can they find you? Like how can they work with you potentially?
Well, I just want to tie in one quick thing that you said was great. Our 2 points are, you know, the first kind of topic we had and the second topic, it all comes back to listening to your body. So I'm really glad that you said that, because that's, you know, you won't make the mistake that I make. You won't make the mistake of listening to media and overriding like what your body's trying to tell you if you always step back, just kind of look inside. And that's the best way to live, because if you're truly in tune with this, if you always have a dialogue going back and forth between, you know, the mind and the body, you'll start to create almost like an inner sanctuary, and then you'll feel safe. And like no matter what, like you got this, you know what's best for you, and that's really, really, really empowering.
Sorry. No, don't apologize. I love that. I love the tie-in.
Yeah.
So where can they find you?
Thank you so much. You can find me at Work Grind Fly. That's my company website. So it's just workgrindfly.com.
Okay, and we'll link that all up down in the description box below. Thank you so much. I have one final question for you that I love to ask all the women I bring on this channel. What does sisterhood mean to you?
Oh my gosh. Sisterhood is everything. I'm so grateful for the amazing girlfriends I have in my life. They keep me so grounded. So every girlfriend, every sisterhood relationship in my life, every sister in my life is a hero that I can look up to in some way. They're all my superior, and they're all extremely wise in one area of life that I could improve upon or I could learn from. So, you know, sisterhood is everything, and there's nothing like having good girlfriends. Having great guy friends is awesome too, but your girlfriends keep you grounded, man.
So true.
So true.
Well, thank you so much for sharing all of that, and thank you for being my sister.
Thank you, Liz.
All right, I'll see you guys next time. If you like this video, or if you've had a similar experience, maybe you've experienced an injury or something that happened that you just weren't listening to your body and now you resonate with this, or you want to join the conversation, leave a comment down below. If you like this video and you want to see more from her, check out the description box below, because I will link all that up for you. Hit that thumbs up button, and as always, don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next time.